from South Africa, which is the southernmost tip of the continent of Africa.
I'm from Jalisco, Mexico.
Which town I'm from? Originally Pietermaritzburg, which is on the east coast of Africa.
We are originally from Manila, Philippines, but we live in California now.
And then I lived for 2 years in Cape Town before moving here.
Because I get married with your grandmother.
My first job after college was on the semiconductors industry.
What event? Okay, so that would be your father and I getting married. We got married in Cape Town, and
After several years of working with the semiconductor industry, I gained much of experience on the testing technology.
And she lived here, so it was a better opportunity for our kids to grow here.
The company decided to relocate me in upstate New York, Syracuse to be specific. Then I stayed there for 6 years, and then the company
then he applied to move to the United States, and he got his H-1B visa in, we got married in February, and he got his H-1B visa in May.
sponsored my immigration visa to stay here in the US permanently. So that led to me moving here in the United States permanently.
Yeah, it was easy. It was not hard because I did it all by the law.
Was it easy? Yes and no. No, because when we move here, there's a big
I have all what
adjustment. First, the people. We don't know anybody in the US. So we move having a lot of
they require to getting here.
friends to here with zero friends. So that's one big adjustment. The food. We used to have those
But the difficult
tropical fruits and the Filipino dishes. But when we move here, especially in the East Coast, the Filipino dishes are not available. You have to go now. You have to go and drive an hour or so just just to get the ingredients. The environment.
was
I remember when I moved to New York, it was winter time, and that was the first time I experienced snow. So those are the hard part.
the language and to start working here on different things.
But eventually you'll get used to that. The easy part is the government itself. The government was made
Than Mexico.
to help people, which is completely different from where the form of government or how the people treat, how the Philippine government treat
Hard work.
the people. So that's the easy part because it's easy to adapt to the system. So yeah, so it's yes or no.
We first had to get our visas. Your father got his H-1B, which meant he could.
The steps to be a citizen of America, since I remember the first one.
Work, and I got an H visa, which meant I came across as a
The steps on becoming a citizen of America. We must be a
spouse. Then when we got here, we had to be here for, I want to say it was a minimum.
Is to get here, United States legally, and them
Permanent resident for at least 5 years.
in a couple of months I get my what everybody says green card, and then
Of 3 months, and we could apply for our green card. It took us 3 years to get our green cards, and then
Share, complete, submit.
before to get my green card
And pay the application for naturalization.
and once we got those, we had to have our green cards for 5 years before we
have to marry here with your grandmother. Then to have a clean.
could apply for citizenship. So after 5 years, we applied for citizenship, and after
Pass the interview. Know the rights and responsibilities.
Record, and later after 5 years
another 3 years, and a test, and physical,
Of citizen of America, and take the
medical, etc., and paying quite a bit of money, we
to be a resident.
we got our citizenship status. So we got our citizenship status in
oath of allegiance to the United States. That's it.
2008, which was a good
You can be able to
11 years after we got here.
for American citizen. For me, it was easy. I took two tests.
The citizenship test was pretty grueling, a lot of studying.
How easy? If you put a lot of effort into studying for the test.
Written and oral test, and
But when it actually came to the final test, which is an oral examination and a written
Yes, it will help you pass the test easily. For me, it was quite easy because I studied the material.
I answered the 10 answers right.
examination, it was pretty easy, pretty straightforward because we'd studied hard. It was just very nerve-wracking.
And answered all the questions correctly.